Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about reporting store closures on UberEats. So when you are delivering for any food delivery app, really, there are times when you will arrive to a store and for some reason, whether it's a holiday or it's just late at night or there's a family emergency with the restaurant itself, the store is going to be closed and you're going to have to report that to Uber and actually receive a little bit of compensation for doing so. But a lot of people don't know how to do this, surprisingly, and it has led to some base pays of exorbitant amounts only for you to show up and, oh my gosh, the store is closed and I'm only getting $3 for it. So with that said, I want to go over everything you must know about reporting store closures on UberEats, what they tell you versus how it actually is, and everything in between. But before we do that, let's go over a quick disclaimer. The content of this video does not contain and is never intended to be legal, business, financial, tax, or health advice of any kind. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It is advised that you conduct your own research and consult with qualified professionals before applying anything you find online. I also want to be clear that everything that we're going to be going over in this video is very market dependent, and what applies to me and my market may not apply to you. So with that said, let's get started. Store was closed. If you arrived at the store and it is closed, please call them and verify that they are closed. If the lobby is closed, that doesn't mean the kitchen is closed. Give them a call. See if there's a drive-thru. If there is a drive-thru, go for it. If there's no drive-thru, whatever. And if their drive-thru is also closed, then at that point, you know for sure the store is closed. If you can't reach anyone at the store, please call us at 1-800-253-9435 so we can resolve the issue as quickly as possible. You can also write in if you have any questions. First of all, you're going to want to save that phone number in your phone so that way in the event that something happens, it's right there. Also, when they say you can also write in if you have any questions, I'm assuming that means chat support. Chat support is the most useless system in the entire world. You're gonna have to just go through the calls. I know the prompts are annoying on the phone, but they're more effective than chat support. I'm not even kidding. I ended up on chat support a few times, and when I did, oh my gosh, it's like no one knew what they were doing. Like, I would literally tell them, hey, the store is closed for blah, 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 and they said, hey, this isn't really our department. We're gonna transfer you and only disconnect the chat. I had to do that 3 times while I was on hold with call support on the phone, and it took 4 people, the 4th person being the person on the phone, for 1 person to do their job. They're useless in every way. Don't even bother. But anyway, what's gonna happen is that you're gonna call them, they're gonna explain to them that the store was closed and blah, blah, blah. You're gonna give them their birth date, you're gonna verify who you are and everything else. Then from there, they're going to check with the store to see if the store is actually closed. Whether or not they actually call the store is a different conversation. By the time they get back with you, they're going to have the order canceled and the pay is going to be in your account. Do not get off the phone until the $3 for the order is actually paid into your account. I am so serious when I say that. It is a nightmare and a half to make sure that they pay you until they actually pay you. It's like pulling teeth with those people sometimes. 9 times out of 10, I have no issues. It's the one time that it does that pisses me off. Now, I do have a few side notes that I would like to go over on this subject. Alcohol delivery and store closures. So let's say you have an alcohol order. You pick it up from the store, you go to the customer. For some reason, you can't get in the building or the gated community. Maybe that you're knocking on the door and the customer's being unresponsive. Maybe you're calling them and they're just ghosting you for some reason. Maybe they did answer and they're underage, or the person that ordered is underage and they don't have the ID or whatever. Or they give you some crap about, do I look like I'm underage to you? Doesn't matter because you can't move on without their ID anyway. So at that point, you're gonna wait for the 8-minute timer to run out. You're gonna come back to the store, and then at that point the store is closed. You're gonna want to call support about that. Let them walk you through the subject. I've never had an experience to where that has actually taken place. I've never personally dealt with that. I have heard about people saying they get to keep the alcohol delivery at that point. I don't know. That is from what I hear on the subject. But either way, call support and let that level of protection for how flimsy it is protect you in that way. Risk of deactivation. So with any of these gig apps, there is an inherent risk of deactivation when it comes to store closures. Bud Soda and Uberlyft Phoenix both got deactivated for store closure reports, and they ended up losing $2,000 and $1,700. Bud Soda got reactivated, and I am talking about Doordash when it comes to their deactivations, but these kind of things are universal. And if it's a risk on one app, it's a risk on all of them. So if you're going to report stores as closed, don't commit fraud in any way. Be 100% sure the store is closed. And if for whatever reason the order ends up hitting your account again a second time, don't re-accept it only to get the extra $3, because that's risky. That's really risky. You could end up deactivated because they think you're committing fraud, even though you're doing what they want you to do, right? It feels like a trap because it is. Don't be that guy. Now, some of you heard that you can get paid for reporting stores as closed and not actually completing the delivery. Don't be that guy. I'm very serious about that. I don't care if it's a no-tip order. I don't care if you can actually make more on the mileage that way. Like, really, you're gonna risk your account for $3 over and over again? Like, come on. Don't be that guy. Don't get yourself deactivated for that. Canceling an order is not having an order canceled. The terminologies that Uber uses is very confusing, because in app, canceling an order is the same thing as unassigning, but having an order canceled is a totally different thing. I'm not gonna go too deep into it in this video, so I leave a video I already made on this subject in the description. Feel free to check that out. Did I miss anything? Is there something else about reporting store closures on UberEats that I have yet to cover in this video? Let me know in the comments. Let's make sure that anybody and everybody that needs to know something about reporting store closures on UberEats specifically knows what they need to know, and they can make the most amount of money in the least amount of time in the safest possible way. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!